Here the question is, what happens when a freshly prepared precipitate of iron hydroxide is shaken with a small amount of iron chloride solution? Then the result will be peptization reaction. Iron hydroxide precipitate is initially a solid and may have a relatively large particle size. When interact with iron chloride, the iron chloride solution introduces Fe3 plus ions onto the system. These ions interact with the iron hydroxide precipitate. The presence of Fe3 plus ions from FeCl3 causes the aggregation of ferric hydroxide particles to break down into smaller, more stable colloidal particles. This process converts the precipitate into a colloidal solution. As a result, the iron hydroxide precipitate disperses into a colloidal solution, often giving the appearance of a salt or a more stable suspension. The the peptization occurs because the Fe3 plus ions adsorb onto the surface of the iron hydroxide particles. It makes them more stable in the colloidal form and preventing them from settling out of the solution. The second one is, what happens when persistent dialysis of a colloidal solution is carried out? Then the result will be coagulation. Coagulation is the process by which particles in a liquid aggregate to produce a clump or gel-like mass, leading to the separation of the solid phase from the liquid phase. It involves the addition of chemicals like alum or ferric chloride to destabilize and aggregate the suspended particles in a liquid. This is commonly used in water treatment to remove the impurities as well. The third one is, what happens when an emulsion is centrifuged? Then the result will be de-emulsification. De-emulsification is the process of separating an emulsion into its individual components, usually involving the breaking down an emulsion of oil and water. It can be used to separate oil from water in oil-water emulsions.